A staple for American households.
To get colors their cleanest, nothing beats the strength of Clorox 2.
And a brand that has influenced pop culture.
That's the power of pine salt, baby.
Can Clorox continue to clean up the competition?
Don't get mad, get glad.
For everyone who was fretting that the consumer packaged goods stocks might not have what it takes to win in this industrial renaissance environment, with rising interest rates and making their dividends less attractive and surging costs, both for commodities and for transport, eating into the profits. Well, just take one look at Clorox. Here's an iconic consumer goods play. You know it is Glad Bags, Pine Sol, Fresh Step, Kitty Litter, Kings for Charcoal, Burt's Bees, Hidden Valley Salad Dressing, and, of course, the eponymous Clorox cleaning products. After the less-than-perfect quarter we just got from Procter & Gamble, you might have been worried about these guys. But this morning, Clorox, which gets the vast majority of its sales from the United States, reported some very encouraging numbers. While the company posted a small top-line miss, it was real small. Its earnings came in higher than expected, 8-cent beat of a $1.58 basis. Even better, management gave us a surprisingly strong forecast for the 2019 fiscal year. They're looking for 2 to 4% sales growth, driven by relentless innovation. And that's why the stock surged an incredible $8 or 6% today. So can this thing keep climbing? Let's check in with Benno Dorer, the chairman and CEO of Clorox. Hear more about the quarter and the company's prospects. Mr. Dorer, welcome back to Mad Money.
Always good to be back. Thank you, Jim.
All right, so Benno, I usually talk about the exciting products because they are what grabs me. But I've got to say, you've now finished another fiscal year. You're getting closer and closer to your 2020 date. And I'm picking on a line that was in your conference call that's incredible. We're proud of our strong track record of delivering annual cost savings of more than $100 million, which we achieved for the 11th consecutive year. How is that possible?
Well, cost savings is a multifunctional sport at Clorox and has been a hallmark of ours. And that's why we've been able to deliver another strong fiscal year for our shareholders with 3% sales growth and 17% earnings per share growth on top of 4% sales growth and 9% earnings growth last year. So we've always done well focusing on what we can control in what is clearly a difficult macroeconomic environment. And that's why we're doing well. And that's why we have confidence in our strategy.
One of the things that's amazing, I think people think, well, Clorox is bleach, no pricing power whatsoever. You actually have some brands that are incredible. But your confidence in this call about your ability to put through price is unlike any that I've heard of in the packaged goods industry. What is that confidence based on?
We are taking pricing on about 50% of our global portfolio this fiscal year. And we're confident in our ability to execute. And that's because we have a lot of experience taking pricing. That's because pricing is backed up by strong analytics. But most importantly, because these price increases are cost justified, and because we're not just taking pricing, but we are innovating on our brands and we're investing in our brands. And as a result, our consumers are telling us that our brands are better value than the brands that our competitors have, and our brand equities are superior than those of our competitors. That's what the confidence is rooted in.
Why do you have to wait for your raw costs to go up to do this then? I mean, when I read this, I kept thinking to myself, why didn't Benno take them up anyway? I mean, obviously the public knows that the stuff is good. Or is that just because you try to offer value and you really don't want to do anything that makes it so that the customer says, wow, this got too expensive?
We are very value-driven. Offering brands that deliver superior value to consumers is critical because value remains king to the consumer. So when we take pricing, we certainly want to remain committed to our ability to deliver brands that drive value to consumers and make a real difference in their lives. So this is all about balance. This is all about not just taking care of the short-term cost wins that we have, which pricing helps us address, but driving the business with a keen eye on the long term. This is about winning a strategy period, 1 year, 3 year, 5 years. It's not about winning the quarter.
Excellent. That's what I was hoping you would say, because I believe this is a sustainable gain that your stock had today. There are things that happen that are almost episodically jaw-dropping for me at Clorox. I've always used your kitty litter. Clean paws, big launch, double-digit gains. How does that happen? This is a category that we would think never has growth. How do you do double-digit gains in kitty litter?
Fresh Step Clean Paws is the biggest innovation in the category today, and it's also the most successful one in our recent history. If you think about kitty litter, there's still a lot of consumer dissatisfaction out there. And Clean Paws delivers low tracking litter that makes sure that the litter doesn't track on your pet's paws and doesn't get into your homes. So this is one that's very easy for consumers to understand. It's a great innovation. It's a consumer preferred product. And we're backing it up with meaningful advertising, sales promotion, skewed towards where consumers are, and that's online. Almost 60% of our advertising, sales promotion dollars this fiscal year will be online, which is where the consumers are.
All right, well, let me ask that last question. Go ahead. I'm sorry, Ben. I didn't mean to interrupt. Go ahead.
We feel like this is an innovation that symbolizes the strength of the Clorox brand building power.
All right, the last question I have is about online. That's incredible. We've seen you go up, and you're a thought leader in the category. Does Facebook create a problem for you with the bad publicity, and you just shift it over to Alphabet and what they're doing?
So we have great confidence in our capabilities to engage consumers online, which is why we're shifting the dollars increasingly into this space. Social media is only a very small part of our online spend. But what I will tell you is that Facebook is investing to create a safer environment for our brands and more transparency. So for companies like Clorox, in the long run, those are good things.
Wow, that's great to know. Okay, because I think people are concerned that maybe it's for show. Obviously, that is not. What an amazing quarter, and just a standout both on the cost side, but of course the innovation side, we're the real driver. Thank you so much to Benno Dorer, Chairman and CEO of Clorox. What a company. Mad Money's back after the break.